Hello guys, how we doing? I wasn't going to do a live one because I've just posted the review, but you know what? I was so excited after that win. I assume most of you are watching the other reviews at the minute. That's why there's not many people watching at the minute. But listen, if you do want to come on and have a little chat about that, listen, I'm all ears. You know, for a good half hour or so, I'd love for you to come on the show and have a chat about that game. Yeah, so if you do want to come on, guys, please do. It would be great to have you on. Obviously, like I say, just as I'm watching this, I can see that you know, Hammer's chat is still live. So maybe once they've finished, obviously some more people will probably come over to here to watch this. I'm not expecting many to be in the chat at the minute. But what result? What a fantastic result that was. Into the top four. And just constantly showing different ways to win. This is what I like. You know, it's gritty, it's determined. We can play good football when we want to, or we can play really stubborn when we want to, and that's the sign of a really good side. What did you guys think of the game? I thought it was just such a stressful half an hour. That last sort of half an hour was such a stressful game. Let's go into it a little bit, guys. Hopefully, I'm hoping someone like JP or someone like that will come on in a minute and have a little chat as well. I'm just going to quickly, we'll go through the game a little bit more detail than what I did in my short review. I know some of you like the short review, some of you like the long review. It's entirely up to you what you like. But if you do want to come on the show, guys, this is a call-in show now. So I'm willing to, you know, have a chat with you guys now. So please, if you want to come on, just let me know. I'll put in the chat in a minute the link for the for you guys to come on. So let's look a little bit at the stats, shall we? So there it is. That's the most important stat anyway. It's that one, 2-1. So this is all obviously on the BBC website. So in terms of the stats, guys, there we go. So we only had, look, 31% possession in the game. They had 69%. And in the end, look, you can tell their dominance in the end. 20 shots there, but the most important one is only 4 on target and only 1 of them went in. We only have 4, but again, 2 of them went in, which is really important. 5 corners, 7 corners to them, 14 fouls for us and 7 for them. Speaks a lot, doesn't it? There's some interesting stats in there. This is how we lined up, guys. Obviously, Fabianski in goal, Soufal. I was a bit nervous, as I said in my short review, the fact that we was playing a back 4. I thought a 5 would have been better. And I think maybe a 5, even though we got the win, a 5 maybe still would have got a slightly better performance, purely because Soufal was getting doubled up a few times by Reguilón and Son. And then in the second half, Cresswell was obviously finding it quite hard with Bow. So at times, maybe the back 5 would have helped us a little bit more. These two had a good game. Souček, obviously, with his injury to his eye, you know, he was an absolute warrior and a soldier, carried on. Great to see this man back in the goals. In terms of them, guys, is there formation here? Yeah, there it is there. So that's how they lined up. We was good. We was getting down this side quite a lot, very well. This guy wasn't too great, and I think that's why he was hooked at half time. This guy, Benrahma, was absolutely destroying Sanchez at times. Reguilón, obviously, the man who Jose Mourinho, you know, played his cards very close to his chest, managed to hide the fact that he was going to play, and I think he's just a fantastic fullback, Reguilón. He's so good, such a good passer of the ball, and constantly offers a threat. Højbjerg was very good for them as well. This man, Lucas Moura, excellent, I thought. Really, you know, driving them forward. Obviously, Harry Kane was always dangerous, and so was Son. Charlie Dobson's a happy hammer, so am I, mate. Come on, you irons from North Carolina, USA, and let's go. Right, guys, if you want to come on the show, I'm going to post the link in the chat. I'm hoping that a few of the regulars come on. One at a time, though, that's the only thing. So I let one person on, they have a little talk. Then I let the next person on and they have a talk as well. I don't like letting loads of people on at once, purely because I like you to have your 5-10 minutes to discuss with me and, you know, get your points across. And I think it's just a fair way of doing it. So where does that leave the table? That's the most important thing, actually. I didn't even put the table up for us, did I? Devastating. Come on, I need to put the table up. That's really bad of me not putting the table up after such a result like that. So the table, let's have a look. And Leicester winning 2-0 as well. That's a good result for us. That's a really good result. So Mitchell says, mate, I'm delighted for West Ham. You deserve it. Plucky underdogs for so long, but not anymore under Moyes. If the board back him for 5 years, he would do something special. Yeah, I think so, mate. I do. I think there's something changing at West Ham, and that's no credit to the board at all. It's more about what Moyes is building there, and you can tell that players like Rice and all that are buying into this. And listen, whatever happens between now and the end of the season, it's a success, mate. It's just been we've progressed, and that's the most important thing now. Whatever happens, I don't want it to fall off like really bad, but yeah. So that is the current live league table with Leicester winning 2-0. But it's good because Villa, like I said earlier, I said in my video this morning about Villa, they're the team I fear a little bit because of those 2 games in hand. But now, if they do lose this game, that just opens it up. But this gap here is ridiculous. A 5-point gap of Liverpool after 25 games, a 5-point gap of Everton, a 9-point gap of Tottenham Hotspur, and an 11-point gap on Arsenal. It's just craziness. Absolutely crazy. And this ain't going to happen. But, if we beat Manchester City next week, we go 48 points. And you're there, like you're like up here. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And this as well, 10 goal difference. When does that happen to West Ham? 39 goals for, 29. It's ridiculous. And if you remember, guys, the thing I wanted when we started hitting this real good form was I wanted us to break this record. So we've won 13. Our record wins in the Premier League is 16. So if we get 3 more, we equal it. And obviously, if we get 4 more, we break it. And I think if we break it, no matter what happens this season, if we get to 16, 17 wins, it has been a top season. Like, just fantastic season, and a credit to Moyes and his boys. Charlie Dobson says, 4th in the league. We certainly are, mate. We certainly are. Come on, where's all these boys that want to come on? They're usually all desperate to come on. No one's coming on. I want to talk to some of you guys, and I want to know what you guys thought of the game. You know what I did like as well about the game is that they were desperate. The commentator was desperate for Gareth Bale to score. Absolutely desperate. When he hit the bar, it was like, oh, Bale, and when Lingard got his goal, you just, again, it might be a bit conspiracy, but it's like you just start feeling that they want to disallow the goal. They don't want West Ham to spoil that top 4 party this year. They really don't. They don't want teams like West Ham in the Champions League. They want their bread and butters. They want Spurs. They want Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, etc. City. They want them. They don't want little old West Ham spoiling that party. But listen, we're in there. We're in with a massive chance this year of getting top 4. I don't think we will. I still don't think yet we will. But we've got a massive chance. And that's we can afford to lose to City next week as well. Right, here he is. Finally, someone's come on. Someone's brave enough to come on.
You all right, mate?
Yes, mate. Oh, mate.
Mate, I was going through hell in that last 5 minutes, I must admit.
The last half hour, I was going through it.
Yeah. This is the new West Ham, Luke, I'm afraid. Like, we're seeing a change. Like, the West Ham way of old, it seems to be dead now. This new West Ham looks a completely different team. I'm going to be honest, they are making me so proud.
Oh, mate,
they're making, I think every West Ham up and down the land, they're making them so proud. Like, they are performing. They're chucking their bodies everywhere. Mate, I can't even tell you, like, mate, I'm just lost for words. This team who we've spent no money and we're 4th in the league. Like,
it's crazy.
It is, like, and we are in a bit of a dream world at the minute. But, like, if we was just, like, we'll talk about the game in a minute, but as a fan of this club, I'm 34. You're a couple of years older than me, I think. We've been through hell, like up and down the land, seeing some absolute shite. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And now we're starting to see a team that is just working for each other. There's no egos in this team, right? And we look like there's a different mentality now. Like, there's a mentality, there's a winning
There's
mentality.
a winning mentality. You know, they want to win. They're going out there and winning. They're not a pushover anymore. Even if we do go 1-0 down, they're there. They want to keep going. It's brilliant, mate. Like you say, is this one of the best teams you've seen, though? Is this one of the best teams, West Ham teams you've seen?
This outweighs the 2015-16 season by country mile. I'll just go through a few things with you because I know you have other people go. Coufal is one of the best right backs I've ever seen at West Ham. Like, I think he's just phenomenal. I think what he brings, he's like Thomas Repka, but he's just a lot more advanced. He's got that aggression in him. He knows, like, Heung-min Son today did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He was quiet. He put a few good balls in. I think that was more towards the end, though. But from good, 80 minutes, he was very quiet.
Yeah. He was like Coufal, right? Dawson and Issa. Dawson again. Yet again, another first-class performance. Yet again. Done everything right. Cresswell played well. The dream team in the middle. Rice and Souček. I thought Declan Rice was absolutely first class today. I thought both of them were, but I thought that saving tackle to stop scoring. That's a match winning. Like, that's saved us. Yeah, and obviously Fornals done well. The whole team as a whole done well, and like the subs, he made the subs at the right time. But we just looked like a completely different unit, and we looked phenomenal. Like, as a team, I was waiting for this to drop, but I just can't see it. Like, I think with us, if anything, we're getting stronger. Do you know what I mean? I don't know about you.
I hope so, mate. Yeah. So the first goal came, didn't it? Antonio, he's good. What start? No better way to start, really, was it?
Yeah, I think, if I'm honest, I think we scored both the goals at the right times. Right, I think obviously the first, I think it was like 5 minutes, we was 1-0 up. Then obviously Spurs have got to come on to us, and then we could use them as a counter. First half we was really good. Second half they brought Bale on, they brought all their players on, and they did look threatening. I must admit, they looked like every time they was going forward. But I must admit, we was just brilliant. The funny thing about it is when Jesse Lingard scores that goal, it has to go to VAR. All the Spurs fans are probably celebrating that it's not a goal, it's offside. But in fact, it was onside, and so he had to celebrate again. But I'm just over the moon. I think now he's beat a top 16. Now we can start dreaming of a possibility.
He'd never beaten Mourinho either before this game. That they were saying that on the Sky Sports. He had never beaten Mourinho. So he's got that voodoo off his head now. Thankfully.
Yeah, they're just making us proud. Like, as West Ham fans, what we have always asked for years is great determination, a bit of skill and technique, and passion to play for the shirt. That's all we ask for, and they are doing that in abundance. But I'm going to say this, right? I love Mark Noble. Right? Mark Noble's been a legend at West Ham, but this is no coincidence that since Declan Rice has took the captaincy, we have looked a completely different team.
Mate, I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
I think Marcus slightly held us back for a couple of years, and I really don't like saying that, but I think it's been like he has to play because he's the captain. And, now he's been taken out. And I don't think that's his fault. I think that's, managers have played him. But, since he's been out, we've got a bit more mobile midfield. And like you say, Declan Rice has took it on excellently.
Yeah, I understand. I think that's one of the key factors. Like, when people say about the fans not being there, forget about the fans not being there. Think about Declan Rice captaining our club. I think he drives us forward. He's everything that we've always wanted in a captain. Like, obviously, Mark has been a legend, and I will not ever disrespect him. And I think he knows that his time is coming to an end now. But if this is what we're expecting for the future, then the future is definitely bright, honestly. And I'm very proud of the boys today, because we could have easily turned up today as favourites and bottled it, but they bottled it in the end, and we march on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think for next week then, mate? Just last couple of things. So Man City next week is a bit of a free hit, that game, isn't it now?
Yeah. Let's be honest. Man City are a machine, Luke. They are a machine. If we go there and we put in a good performance and we pick anything up from it, it's a bonus, right? I don't think we will, but you just never know with this team at the minute. We could go there, we could shut up shop and get a draw. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I'll tell you what, mate. And if we get a draw, it'd be massive. It'd be massive again.
Yeah, and I just think like, well, you can go there. Our heads held high. I think, I'm not sure, but I think Man City are playing in the week. I think they've got Champions League.
Yeah, they are.
So yeah, again, it falls in our favour yet again. Like all these teams have got Champions League football and Europa League, and it's fallen right at the right time for us. Like, and would we rather play these teams now or 5 games down the road? I'd rather play them now because it proved it today. Spurs in the first half, they picked it up in the second half. I must admit, I'll give them some slight credit. In the second half, they was all over us, but in the first half, they were dead. They were just slow.
Yeah, I think it's just when Bale come on, I think Bale just sparked him to life a little bit. I think like he was bullying Cresswell quite a bit, weren't he? I would like to have seen us go 5 at the back a little bit earlier, to be honest.
I think obviously the goal come, and I'm sitting there and I'm actually looking at it. I'm thinking they're going to score in a minute because it's just constant. We just couldn't. There's a couple of little things today. If we're going to be like slight critical of the team, a couple of passes that they sort of done in positions where they could have broke away, but in a whole, the team just performs like class, like everyone. Even Moyes, to a point, he's got his like. I like Ben Rama, but he picked the right team today. Like Antonio, I was quite shocked that Antonio was still on the pitch.
Yeah, he looked quite fit. He looked fitter though, didn't he? Which is a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So it's all good. We can all have a nice Sunday, Luke.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. I can go into work happy tomorrow without the banter tomorrow. I can go and work and be giving it rather than taking it.
Yeah, I know, mate. All right, man. I'll let you go, Luke. Thanks a lot. And mate, brilliant.
Enjoy your day, mate. Enjoy your day. Come on your irons.
Love it, mate. Take care, man.
Take it easy, mate. Thanks for James coming on there. If you guys want to come on, the link is there. Don't be afraid. You get that. You know, I'm nothing to be scared of. Let's go back into the comments. There was a few comments there between when James was on there. That last 35 minutes, I was very nervous. Certainly was, mate. If this West Ham team had been at Alamo, the Mexicans would have lost. Man of the match was the woodwork. It certainly was. It was so nervy at the end. It really, really was. Noble legend, but needs a player coach. So glad to see him go in a full stadium. Getting there, you irons. And looked like Bale has been listening to the press. He looked good. He did look really good, to be fair. And I'll tell you what, if that shot would have went in, that would have been absolute worldy of a shot. That would have been up there with Lanzini, that goal. Absolutely incredible strike that was. Should we do some player ratings, actually? I don't usually do this, but let's give some players out of 10, shall we? So Fabianski, you've got to give him 9 out of 10 today. He pulled off some bloody worldies today and was in the right place at the right time for a lot of the time. I give him a 9 out of 10. Purely he only gets the knocked down because it wasn't a clean sheet, but a 9 out of 10 for him. Soufal, 9 out of 10, was really, really good. Kept on quiet for a long time. Obviously, sort of slightly tired at the end. Craig Dawson, 9 out of 10. I just love the guy. I just love him. I love that he's proved me wrong. He's just amazing. Diop, I think that's been one of his best games in years for Diop today. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. I think he was fantastic today. Really led well, showed some good pace at times. Cresswell, 7 out of 10. I thought at times with Bale, he got overpowered quite a lot, but and he wasn't his best with his deliveries today. In the midfield, Rice and Souček, they're going to share at that 8.5 together. Really good on the defensive side, but sometimes in possession they were lacking it. Actually, I'll give Souček an extra point because he carried on with his little cut eye, and I thought that was really brave of him. Lingard, excellent again with the goal. Bowen was okay again, slightly wasteful. Who else did we have on the Fornals did a shift, did what he had to do, but he was a bit quiet. He gets a 7, and Antonio gets an 8 purely because he's come back from fitness and got a goal, which was excellent. Peter Singh says, how did we hang on? I don't know, mate. I don't know. They hit the post, they hit the bar. Declan Rice cleared that one, didn't he? It was just mental, absolutely mental, that last half an hour. But we did do it. That's the most important thing. We did it. beat City, and we are 8 points off first. We are massive, mate. If we beat City, I don't know where my head's going to be. I'm going to be absolutely flying, buzzing mode. I can't wait for West Ham Clips to put his video up later. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Oh my God, come on, you irons. Thomas Socek, the butcher. Just watch Oozing Expression Spurs Fan TV. So funny. Oh, I watched it, mate. I watched it before I did my review. I watched them and We Are Tottenham TV. Oh, it's just hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it. I love them capitulating. If they finish where they're finishing at the minute, ninth, goodbye, Harry. Goodbye, Son. And that's what we all want to see. We want to see Tottenham collapse. I don't ever want to see Tottenham get relegated because I like the game too much. I like the West Ham Tottenham game too much. But I do want to see them just mediocrity. Like as soon as Kane goes, that team is going to be a little bit wobbly. It will if Kane was to go. Happy days. Happy Hammer days. Great one. Let's just check what the old scores are for you guys whilst I'm live here. I'm not going to go for too much long, guys. It doesn't appear that many people want to come on today. We're all a little bit shy today, which is a shame. It's half-time in the Leicester game, 2-0, and that's a really, really good result for us. Spurs are not very good. Then at cup finals, I hope so. I'm sorry, I get what you're saying now. Sorry about it's our cup final, and they've just lost it. Yeah, it's just brilliant. We've took 4 points off them this year, which is just brilliant. I love it. I love when they don't take many points off us. It's just brilliant. And both of them, like today, obviously was a loss, and that 3-3 would have felt like a loss back in October. So it's great. We've had a great result against them this year. I think as a fan, we have to stop thinking of the players as second, third, and fourth choice for positions. Moyes has built a passionate squad now, and they're all our first team players. I think that's a fantastic point, mate. I don't know what your first name is. I'm just going to call you Arrived. Anyone who gets put in that team looks like first choice. Diop coming looked like he'd been playing for weeks and weeks and weeks. When Lingard didn't play the other day and then he comes in and he's good. Anyone who comes in that team, I think nearly everyone Moyes trusts. And you've still got to think Masuaku there is to come back, or Bonner potentially to come back in those last sort of 5 or 6 games, which could be really, really important. Whether it's Bowen, whether it's Ben Rama. I think the only ones he doesn't particularly trust that much is people like Yarmolenko and people like that. But yeah, I think you're right there, mate. There's not a second, third or fourth anymore. I think anyone can stake their claim in that team, and Moyes will trust you if you put in, passion and a performance. And Arrive's name is Michael. There you go. Thanks for that, mate. Spurs have lost more cup finals than us. Today was a warrior performance. Certainly was, mate. Certainly was. It was so tense. I keep repeating myself, but it was horrible that last half an hour. The rest of the league are going to start taking us serious now. I hope not. I want us to just sneakily get along and just go in right at the end and finish in the top 4 right at the end. Whatever happens now, like I say, guys, whatever happens now, it's a good season. Like I said, I don't want it to dismantle, and we see the last 13 games left or 14 games left. I don't want us to lose 6 of them. I want us, what have we lost, right? So look, in 24 games, sorry, just want to make sure I've got the facts right. So we've played 25 games, we've only lost 6, which is incredible. So if we can only lose about another 3-4 out of 14 left. So if I can 13 left. So if we lose 3 of them, lose 4 of them, that means out of the 9, we may have won 5 and drawn 3 potentially, something like that. So that would be really, really good. Right, let's check the questions from you guys. How much do you think Lingard would cost now? I think anything between 15 and 25 million, and I think it's worth paying it, to be honest with you, mate, because he is the final piece of the puzzle and seems to be working, and I think he will really enjoy being the big fish in a small pond, and especially when the fans come back, we'd absolutely love him, wouldn't we? If the fans were there to cheer him on today. Never seen a more together team since 85, 86. Sadly, I wasn't alive. Well, I was alive, but I was a wee baby. Soufal had Son in his pocket. Class act he is. Got to be in team of the season, surely. Tell me a right back that's potentially got a chance of being ahead of him. Maybe Cancelo, someone like that for Manchester City. Trent hasn't been that great this year. The Leicester right back, he's not too bad though, actually, is he? Soufal's got a shout to be in team of the year, surely. And Souček 100% has to be in team of the year. Can we arrange English citizenship for Soufal and Souček? I'll tell you what, that England game in the Euros, mate, England versus Czech Republic, that is going to be an interesting game, I tell you. Soufal better empty his pockets now. He's got Son, Grealish, he's got a few in there, mate, he has. Spurs channel said when they played us, the Premier League fear us. Yeah, I remember watching that one, mate. When they went 3-0 up, didn't they? Obviously in the reverse game, and it was the Premier League fear us. They can't handle us. No, mate. No one will ever fear Tottenham Hotspur. No one. They're just renowned bottlers for the rest of their time, and long may it continue. Long may it continue. Let them believe. 2 man of the matches today, the bar and the post, and I love it. Yeah, good players they are, actually. Lingard is worth 20 million. Does anyone want to come on, actually? I'm just putting it out there again in case any new people have joined. If anyone wants to come on, I'll put the link back in the chat. Will Man U use Lingard as leverage to possibly go for Rice? It's a good question, mate. It's a good question. And I see Gonzo, if you guys watch Gonzo, he did a video on this about Manchester United being interested. And it's definitely one of those little dodgy ones that they could go, yeah, you can have Lingard. Yeah. But we want Declan Rice. And if that's the case, then you keep Declan Rice and you go and find someone that can do that Lingard role. No, because I wouldn't be selling Declan Rice for any money, to be honest with you. Not at all. Not unless anything short of £80 million. Let me know what you guys think of that. If Man United were to use Lingard as leverage, would you drop the Lingard interest and maybe look for someone like Barkley or maybe someone like Loftus-Cheek, maybe something like that? I think Moyes should have got a longer than a year extension on his contract. It wouldn't surprise me if he does, though, mate. At the end of the season, I think they may push that even further, mate. Even Hollah in Game of Thrones couldn't have held back better than Dawson and Diop. Would love to see West Ham in the Champions League just for my guy, Luke. Top guy. Oh, it's Nadeem, the geezer I used to work with. Come on, bruv. Bruv, been a long time. I miss the chicken and chips we used to get together, bruv. Yeah, such a top guy. I'm going to have to give you my number, mate. It'd be nice to talk to you again. It's been a long time. I hope you're doing well, mate. Love you, mate. A few years ago, we would have crumbled today. We certainly would have. We're a different team now. I tell you what, we're not a soft underbelly anymore. You know, we really go for it. And really, you know, we don't know when we're beaten now. And we're so good. I've done a video on it and it's coming out later in the week. We're so good out of possession now. We're so hard to break down. We're so stubborn. There's only been a couple of occasions, you know, where we've conceded threes. That's, the Manchester United game, the Chelsea game, the Liverpool game, where our heads went a little bit in that. But wonderful so far this season. Souček's forehead is man of the match. All friend of the show, Peter Coker. Come on, you Irons. Peter says we need Messi. You never know, mate. Get Champions League. It's not all about spending loads of money on players. It's how they work as a unit. And we are solid so far this season. We certainly are, mate. It's just brilliant. But please don't let that deflect from the fact that this is not the ball. This is not the ball that, let's praise the ball that they didn't spend a lot of money. Because if they would have spent that little bit more money, then maybe we would be even more up there, even more going for it. I'm not saying win the league, but even look more solid going for it. I've seen a very funny comment there, and I get it all the time, mate, and I'm going to put it up in a minute. I really think Rice wants to stay next year. I think he will. I think there's a good chance we'll get Europa League. I don't think we'll get Champions League, but I think there's a good chance we'll get Europa League, and that will get him at least another season at West Ham. Moyes would rather let Lingard go than lose Rice. He said watching Rice train makes him want to sign better players. Yep, which is brilliant. Are you modelling your hairstyle, Mark? No, but listen, I get called bloody Mark all the time. I'm not doing too well with me. I've got to say, my hair's gradually going back. I'm looking at maybe getting a hair transplant next summer. If I can raise the funds. I hear in Turkey you can get it for about $2,000. But yeah, I get called Mark Noble all the time. Listen, I'm not offended by it. It's just life. Your hair goes, once you get to my age, your hair starts slowly receding backwards. Moyes already had a 1-year contract. If West Ham stay out, that was the deal. Expect an extension in the summer. So I think so as well, mate. Please like and subscribe, guys, to help Luke out with his channel. Yeah, we hit 3,300 the other day. Thank you, Peter, for saying that. If we can hit 4,000 before the end of the season, it would be incredible, absolutely incredible. And we only need another 700 subscribers, which isn't that many. It really isn't that many, considering from the start of the year to yesterday, we've had 300 subscribers. So, you know, if we carry on that sort of path, there's a good chance we can hit 4,000 before the end of the season, which would be really good. Wouldn't it be good if we finish 4th and then we hit 4,000 as well? That'd be a great way to finish it off, wouldn't it? I think Rice stays as long as Moyes does. I'm 56 and I have a head of hair like I'm up. Some people are very lucky, mate. Some people are very lucky. I'm not that as lucky as you. My granddad was bald on both sides. My dad's slightly going at the front here as well. Yeah, I'm not as lucky as you, mate. Right, any more questions, guys? Oh, a few more comments coming in now. If you want to come on the show, guys, come on quickly. I don't think Rice wants to leave us. He's our captain, first name on the team sheet, believes in what we are building under Moyes. I agree. I think Moyes has been the perfect father figure manager for him. And it's really nice to watch. You know, it's nice to watch a manager and a player get on so well. Loving your shows, mate. Honestly, thanks, mate. Thank you so much. How do you explain our form and the change around in togetherness this season? I say it quite a lot, actually. The way you finish a season can sometimes dictate how you start. We finished last season so well. We looked so good after that initial couple of games after lockdown. We finished so well. You know, Souček had such a big impact and Bowen had such a big impact. And then we've added a couple since then. And you take that momentum into the next season. That is why as well that I don't want our season to fall off now. Our season needs to carry on this upward momentum, because then you take that into next season. Also, what you've got to look at as well, what are West Ham renowned for every season? Injuries. We haven't had many injuries this year. Obviously, Antonio, Masuaku, not Bonner now. But even when we've had the injuries, we've managed to get through and carry on, haven't we? And that's been a big thing this year. Usually, I'm looking back to the Payet season, for example. When Payet got injured, the rest of the team just wasn't up to the level of that. So that's why it sort of dropped off when Payet had that sort of 2 months off. When now, when someone's off, we were still getting the wins. When Antonio was off, even Hollah, as ineffective as you want to call him, he did okay, didn't he? He did okay. He still got goals. He still got us goals that were wins. Goals are coming from all over the pitch with Souček, Dawson, Jesse Lingard's getting in there with the goals now as well. That is what it is. There's more goals everywhere. We haven't had as many injuries, and it's just brilliant. It's brilliant, mate. So I've just got to skip back there because I've missed a few comments there. I wonder if Rice will stay if we make 4th. Manu are hunting for him. If we get 4th, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere if we finish 4th, mate. He stays if we finish 4th, because we'll be offering him what he wants, and he would absolutely relish. My only fear is finishing 4th. We've still got to get through that qualifying round, and that could be a really, really tough game. You know, and we're renowned for not doing well in them qualifying games. And when Everton did qualify for the Champions League that time, Moyes did, you know, famously fail to qualify for the group stage. Then he went to the UEFA Cup, which it was at the time, and then lost that round and went out. So after such a great season with Everton, to finish 4th or whatever it was at the time, they just sort of dropped. So that's my only fear there. But yeah, if we got into the group stage, Declan Moyes would absolutely relish leading us out as captain in them games. Our first ever Champions League campaign. There's no way Declan Moyes is going anywhere if we did manage to do it. We got rid of some dead wood and now we have some players who fight for the badge. That's also a really valid point, Richie, mate. We got rid of players that didn't want to play. We got rid of the mercenaries, you know, that were just turning up for the paycheck, you know, and thought they just had to come on the pitch and just be on the pitch rather than actually do the hard graft. It's a nice comment. Hi, mate. Work in the same trust as you. Kids have loved the boxing videos. Great to see you also a happy amateur. Thanks, Luke, mate. Yeah, actually, I have seen your name. Actually, Paul's mentioned your name a few times. Obviously, Paul's our big boss, Paul Belcher. Yeah, thanks so much, mate. Is it? I think Gainsborough you work, don't you, or somewhere like that? But yeah, cheers for that, mate. Really appreciate that. I still worry that we have not identified a striker for the 1st of January. Yeah, it could bite us. It could bite us, mate. But let's hope not. Let's hope not, mate. Let's hope not. Ryan said it on the channel West Ham Fan TV the other day, didn't he? It's done now. We were frustrated at the time. It's done now. We've just got to get on with it and hope that it doesn't, you know, do us. Can we get your mates in Turkey to get a few Moody Champions League and Boss West Ham shirts made up for next year? I'll tell you what, if I go to Turkey, well, if my Turkey holiday does go ahead on the 5th of August, when I'm out there, I will ask and try and get some Champions League shirts if we do get there. I run a dog rescue with 39 dogs. They all thought I was having an heart attack in the last 5 minutes. It's a bit like the 3-3 game, mate, when Lanzini scored. I think I screamed so loud the dogs thought it was like a whistle to go and get some sheep or something like that. I worry with the owners. Money talks to them. It does, mate, and it would be a big shame if you know, we got to the Europa League or Champions League, if you want to dream that deeply, and then they go, oh, £80 million, that can buy us 80 million porter cabins for our training ground. Yeah, that's the only thing. And we keep focusing on Rice. What about Souček? I'm telling you now, if Souček, the season he's had, and if he finishes the season the way he's going, and then he goes to the Euros with Czech Republic and maybe gets 2 or 3 goals there, he's a wanted quantity in the continent. I'll tell you that now. There will be teams sniffing around Souček. Then you've got to look at Sofal as well, 5 million. Again, if he goes and has a good Euros, you know, couple of clean sheets with Czech Republic, he's going to be a wanted quantity as well. So let's not focus totally on Rice, mate. There's a few players in there that could be sniffed out, which I hope it doesn't happen. Souček and Sofal remind me of the ruthless Eastern European players from the 70s who would spoil our glamour players. I agree, mate. Agree. I've always loved, you know, the Czech players, the Slovakians and people like that, and the Croatians have always been good for West Ham, and they like Stimac, Bilic. My brain's got a bit blank, but there's a few we've had over the years, you know, tough geezers, Repkas and that. And I love them. Any one of them Eastern European players are just brilliant. I'm going to go for a bit longer, guys. I'm really enjoying this. Lingard was the missing piece in our side. Great to see him do the cross hammers when he scored. I think he wants to start West Ham, and he knows he will start every game. We are just missing a striker. You know what? Also, I think we're missing. I said it to my dad actually during the game. We're missing, and I said it in my review. If you've not watched it, we're missing someone who can just hold the ball. You know, just sort of. The person I used was the Everton guy, Gomez. You know, where he's like that sort of graceful, Perlo-y sort of character. It's like, yeah, go on, you can give me the ball because I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to waste possession here. I'm going to, you know, get it. I'm going to spray it that way, spray it here, there, and everywhere. That's the one thing we lack. Is sometimes when we're winning, it's that calm player, just that one player who can calm everything down. And have a little bit of composure to pick apart. Sometimes we rush it a little bit too much. And yeah, maybe that's someone we need to look at as well. We have the best porter cabins in Europe. We certainly do, mate. We certainly do. 85-86 season was great, but we did not strengthen the following year. Let's hope we do not make the same mistake. Same as the last season at Bowling. We didn't strengthen. I'm not going Turkey. I heard they gobble. Sadly, I think a huge European club will come in for Souček. Well, there are the rumours of Bayern Munich already, mate, isn't there? So let's hope that one doesn't have much legs in it. Apparently Villa have just pulled one back. Would love a draw. It would be great, mate, if they get a draw. It would be fantastic, mate. Draws are best results for West Ham. Peter, I don't think Souček would want to leave us. He loves being at the club. And I know a little bit about Souček as well. I work with a guy who his wife runs a nursery. And apparently Souček has just put his daughter in this nursery, sort of around the sort of Stratfordy area. So, you know, maybe all these little things in place, you know, that he might want to upset where his daughter's going and things like that. So all these little things do play in footballers. It's not sometimes all about the money and the club. It's what's good for the family, and hopefully he's getting really settled at West Ham. Lingard did look exhausted after with 15 minutes to go. Antonio faded too. We do need a second striker to bring on when we are slipping. Yeah, I agree. And that's sometimes one of the only criticisms that I still have of David Moyes, even though he's done fantastic and I can't really criticise him deeply, is those little things like that. When we look tired, he can sometimes be a little bit divering Dave and not bring people on quickly enough. Just when we need that little freshen up and a little bit of fresh legs just to keep the energy levels up. I love how Souček and Soufal are so down to earth. Well, the thing is, mate, they've come from a country, you know, where they don't get me wrong, in Czech Republic, they're probably only like, you know, 3-5 grand a week, and it's still crazy money because I've been to Prague. You know, that gets you a lot of stuff, 3 grand. But he's probably come to West Ham. They're probably on 30-40 grand a week now. It's life-changing money for those guys. Do you know what I mean? It's like a first division footballer coming up and, you know, really knowing what it's about, a bit like Antonio and Jamie Vardy. You know, they know how privileged they are to have that opportunity to play in the Premier League. We have no prima donnas in the team no more. When are we going to watch Slavia Prague play, lads? I've been past that stadium, actually. We went on a stag do there. We went past that stadium, and I think at the time, obviously Thomas Repko was a big part of that club as well. I think he was like assistant manager or something like that. But yeah, it's a interesting place. Wouldn't it be great if we pulled them in the Champions League as well? I only care for positions 3rd and 4th now. Threats to those positions I want to see lose. Have you noticed all the players work together since Haller departed? We just look so fresh and want to win games. Yeah, no, we've still had a few performances, you know. And again, I'm clutching at straws here, guys. I really don't want to be too negative. You know, the Liverpool game, the Manchester United game, and that's the cup game, Manchester United game. A few games where we've just slightly bottled it a little bit, but that's me clutching at straws, guys, because this season's been incredible. The Manchester City game, as I say, next week, it's a free hit. You've got to have a go next week. Go at them. We're not expected to win. We're not. Even watching our players being interviewed is so nice to see. They do not seem media trained, just natural Antonio Rice. Yeah, I reckon there's a great camaraderie around the club. I really do. Slavia Prague versus West Ham pre-season friendly, home and away. Happy, brilliant. Someone liked your point there, mate. Haller was a bad egg. And new guy to the channel. Wow, you guys are Champions League next season. Congratulations. Not yet, mate. Not quite yet. But you know, we've got a very, very good chance of getting there. I'm going to flash something up, guys, because we're going to have a little bit of fun where we've had such a good result today. If you want to ask me any questions, guys, or come on the show, you've got about another 10 minutes. But yeah, ask me anything, guys. Go for it. Ask me anything. 10 minutes, ask me anything. Last thing I'm going to do today, because then I need to start getting back to reality, sadly, because half term is over and have to go back to work, sadly, tomorrow. So if you've got any questions, get them in now and I will answer them for you guys, or any opinions on the game. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes, guys. Probably no questions coming now. You're probably all trolling me now. The Spurs fan channels in total meltdown night. I will go and watch them in a minute, Peter, mate. Your all-time favourite hammer. I'll tell you my age, mate, so that it gives some what's the word? Credit to it. Okay, so I'm 36. My first season ticket was 98-99 season. So there's only one man who can be my favourite all-time hammer, and that is Paolo Di Canio. The man was an absolute mercurial genius. One of the very few players in my time supporting West Ham that had you on the edge of your seat every time he got the ball. Unbelievable goals, unbelievable moments, emotion, good and bad. Yeah, there's only one man, and it's Paolo Di Canio, mate. Paolo Di Canio is God to me. He is absolute God. Don't get me wrong, there's some honourable mentions like Julian Dix. Pyatt's one of the best players I've seen, but he's not my favourite player. I was a big fan of Scotty Parker. I love Trevor Sinclair. I love Joe Cole. But yeah, Paolo Di Canio, number one. Do you think Moyes deserves manager season after what happened last year? 100%, mate. 100%. If West Ham finished fourth or fifth, then he 100% deserves manager of the season, without a doubt, mate. Who else? Maybe Brendan Rodgers. You could argue. Your thoughts on this performance? I thought it was excellent. I really did. I thought he looked strong again. He looked good in the air again. So yeah, he was brilliant, mate, and I'll give him a good 8 out of 10 today. Man City, Leeds, Man United, Arsenal. What amount of points would you settle with? For me, it's 4 or 5. So let's look at this fight. So City a loss, Leeds a win, 3. Man United a point. Yeah, 4 or 5. Yeah, maybe Arsenal and Leeds we could win. It could be 6. If there was 2 wins and 2 losses in there, I wouldn't be too disappointed, mate. For anything above 4 points would be a bonus. Most memorable match? Oh, that's a good question. I've been to a few. Tottenham 3-0. Manchester United when Di Canio scored. The FA Cup game. Last game at Upton Park, obviously. What a game that was. I'm trying to think. The 5-4, the Bradford game. I was at that game. The game that Paolo Di Canio scored his goal. What else? Yeah, I think. Listen, it's a bit of a cliche, but I have to say the last ever game at Upton Park. And I've been, to the playoff final and things like that. But yeah, the last ever game at Upton Park, I don't think anything touches that. I really don't. The atmosphere, the match in general was just unbelievable. I don't think anything can touch that for me. Let's have it right. Today is a big day for a hammer, and I'm a hammer supporter, and we've done the Spuds. I love it. That's a great comment, Rob. Thanks for that. Favourite takeaway? Pie mash, mate. Surely. I'm a Cockney. You can't say anything else, even if it isn't the right answer. No, I do love me Chinese and all that. I do love a Chinese. I do love a curry. I love Turkish food as well. I really do love. And I'm not Turkish. I do love Turkish food. I love. There's one of the most best restaurants in Essex in Benfleet actually called Espira. It's up there with Sheesh in terms of the quality. Like you get celebrities in there and everything. Like Nigel Benn was in there a few months ago. So check that out, Aspira in Benfleet. When do we start believing we can finish in a Champions League spot? We are where we are on merit and with 1 penalty compared to other teams who the refs give everything to. I think after the next 4, mate. I think after the next 4 games, if we're still in there, then you've got to believe. You really have got to believe. I believe there's a massive chance now. But if we're still there after the next 4 games, the fixtures slightly get more favourable. And then you've got to believe, you really have got to believe that we are not going to go on that bad a run now, barring a massive injury. Just been sent a GIF. Oi, stop what you're doing and laugh at the Spurs fans. Come on, you irons. If you was a Premier League player, what car would you drive? Oh, good question. I do like a Lamborghini. I'm a big fan of the old Lamborghinis, Murcielagos and cars like that. But I think, can you go wrong with a classic English car like an Aston Martin or a Rolls Royce? Yeah, but I think a Lamborghini Murcielago, I think if I was on that sort of money. Media will never give Moyes Mots because they hate West Ham. They do, mate. It goes right back to the old Carlos Tevez stuff, I met Di Canio twice and got to watch him play a few times. I feel sorry for supporters who never got to see him on a pitch. Difficult. Yeah. Listen, you can't. I've never seen Bobby Moore play, and I'm very envious of people that have seen Bobby Moore, Alan Devonshire, Trevor Brooking. I never see Billy Bonds play. But I did get to see Paolo play, and as you say, mate, an absolute. Just every time the man was on the pitch, he was just an absolute genius. Most memorable, Tevez to keep us up. Yeah, what day? I was in Lord Stanley, if anyone knows that pub that's in the chat. Lord Stanley in Plaistow. And when that goal went in, the beer glasses just went, it was all like slow motion. Just beer pints everywhere, just went up in the air. It was incredible. Favourite meal ever? Ooh, favourite meal ever. The Last Supper? Maybe. That's quite a famous one. I wasn't there, though, sadly. No, favourite meal ever. Oh, favourite meal ever. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, mate. I don't know that one. Maybe I do like a Chinese buffet. I'm quite a cheapie, you know. I'm not favourite meal ever. No, that's a tough one. I'm going to have to think about that, Pete. That's a tough one. So, out of the Czech invasion, who do you think is a better player, Souček or Soufal? They both had the same level of impact for me, mate. It's a tough question. I'm not going to sit on the fence. I will answer it. I've got to go for Souček because his goals have, won games. But then you could say Soufal's blocks have won us games. But yeah, Souček purely because of goals. A goal-scoring midfielder in the Premier League is a massive, massive big deal. And, if you've got one of them in your team, we've got two now with Lingard and Souček, you're doing well. What annoys you the most? Having to go to work. Not that I'm not a millionaire, that I've not won the lottery and I'm not on the beach every day. That annoys me. And I'm getting to an age now, and I'm only 36. I sound so old here. I don't do noise very well anymore. I can't deal with noise. Dogs or cats? Cats. I've got a cat, actually. I do love dogs, but I have got a cat, actually. He's laying down over there. Come on, you irons. I'm on the Peroni. What a great beer that is, Peroni. I'll tell you my favourite beer at the minute, the cherry beer they sell in Morrison's. Really, really nice beer it is. Is it an unpopular opinion to think it would be better to qualify for the Europa League rather than Champions League? The thing is, it's the moment, isn't it? It's you qualify for that Champions League, all of a sudden other players from around the continent start looking at you a bit more seriously. And this is how Tottenham have been able to sort of develop as they have, and how Leicester have developed. Obviously, Leicester won the league, which is slightly different. But if you get in there, that first time you get in there, you've done the hardest bit. Actually qualifying for it for that first time is such a big statement, that is, to get in there. So Europa League is probably what we're more suited for at this moment in time, but Champions League would just be unbelievable. But a really good question, mate. Thanks for that. Favourite dog breed? Mine's a German Shepherd. I love an husky. Love huskies. Absolutely love them. I think they're a stunning dog. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful dog. But German Shepherd are beautiful as well. Can't beat a double pie mash. All right, I haven't got long, guys, so we're going to wrap this up in a minute. Where we are right now is a nosebleed stuff, however. The confidence that is the game will have given the players is not measurable, to be fair. I would have thought that very few teams want to play us now. Yeah, we've got fear factor now. Teams will look at us and go, "Oh, West Ham are half hard to play against there. That's a horrible game." And even if they do beat us, they know it's going to be a tough win, and they'll be proud of themselves if they've beaten us. Yeah, and I think Moyes is going in there and telling them all the right stuff. You guys can do it. You guys can do it. You just got to keep believing in it. Souček is better than is better because he got a Soufal. Yes, that's it. What a great point. I need an answer. Favourite meal, young man. Favourite meal. Turkey, a Turkish restaurant, when they do like all the different meats in a mixed grill, like you get the chicken shish, the lamb shish, the lamb chops, the chicken wings, like we get a big, massive platter of food. That's my favourite meal. That's what I always do on my birthday. I usually go Turkish. Favourite music band. Favourite music band. There's too many. I don't know if you guys know. I used to be a DJ in Mallorca. My sister asked me last night, she goes, "What's your favourite song?" I haven't got a favourite song because there's too many. I've got too many genres that I like because I love, I just love music in general. So it's really hard for me to pick it because my catalogue of music is incredible. I'm just going to put this in the chat for Jake because Jake wants to come on. Yeah, you can come on, mate. Yeah, I've just put it in. I've only just seen it, mate. Sorry that it took so long. Why is it that I am more nervous. Oh, sorry. Peter Singh said, just before I go back to that, what is your worst habit? I snore quite bad. I don't like any stain on my clothes. I'm very like, I can't deal with it. And I would admit that I can be quite lazy. I can be very lazy. I'm going to let Jake in 2 minutes. Why is it that I'm nervous when when we are in front? I don't know, mate. It's just typical West Ham. Have you applied for a Turkish passport yet? I haven't. The 3 realistic summer assignments you would like. Adam Armstrong. Actually, I'm going to bring Jake in on that one because that's a hard question. Hello, mate. How's it going?
Hello, mate. I apologise. I put my microphone away, but I just saw your live, so I thought I'd jump on. What a win, Luke! I mean,
oh, mate, I can't believe it. That was so stressful, though, weren't it? How stressful was that?
That's second half and the last 5-10 minutes. I was like, how they didn't score a second was beyond me. But I mean, what a defensive performance! All of them back there. Diop was superb. Dawson was superb as per usual. Soufal, you don't expect anything less. Creswell as well. I mean, the checkmates, they went through the walls, but they made it tough stuff. They got back up again, and yeah, we're in the top 4. Honestly, thank you, mate. I can't believe it. We're in the top 4, and I put on my Instagram, forget Arsenal, forget Chelsea, forget Spurs, forget Liverpool. It's West Ham. I can't believe it.
Oh, mate, I love it. I work with a lot of Arsenal fans, and they've said that Arsenal we've never finished above Arsenal. I'll tell you what, this year we're 11 points clear already. Surely we're going to finish above them.
I'll tell you what. I've got quite a few Arsenal mates as well, and not being there to, just they're always taking the mick, and for us to be 9 points ahead of them, and yeah, it's just mad. I think busy day. I've been on pretty much every YouTube channel that there is today. I was just loving life. Yeah,
Richie says there, bloody hell, Jake gets around more than Katie Price. You probably don't get that reference. I don't blame you if you don't. So are you starting to believe, mate? Are you hearing that Champions League music that I start hearing?
Oh, I'm not quite sure I'm hearing that Champions League music, but I'm definitely getting my passport ready if we can go. I'm definitely, we're off to Azerbaijan or wherever. I don't care.
What did you make of the goals today then? Obviously, Antonio got the first goal. How did you feel after that goal?
Oh, well, to be fair, we were loving life, weren't we? Under 5 minutes, we were 1-0 up. We thought, oh my God, we're blimmin' beating Spurs at home, and we're going to go into the top 4. And Antonio, who was there, he was completely there at the right time. And Lingard, what a finish! Lingard, that was a top class finish from a top class player. Another superb performance from him. He's in the house.
Oh, that's the sexiest guy on YouTube.
You're on mute.
I can't hear him.
Oh, come on, the big dog. Come on, where's the big dog gone? Come on, where is he? They still can't hear you. Come on.
There we go.
There we go. Charlie from Mama's Chat, guys. Hello, mate. Nice to have you on. It's nice to finally meet you, mate.
Thank you. Second, sexiest, only second to you, of course, Luke. Of course.
I thought Ryan. Right. I always say Ryan.
Well, we all pale in comparison to Ryan, but
How's it going, mate? How'd you feel after that?
I'm just buzzing. That's why I was saying with Jake, I saw you live. I clicked on it. We just finished our thing. I saw you and I was like, I'll get involved in having a little cheeky conversation about a win against Spurs. Why not? Yeah.
We're all having a party today, all the West Ham channels.
I know, right? What a time to be alive. I thought it was just, I was calm. I know I shouldn't have been towards the end, but I just thought we had it. I was just like, do you know what? We're good. We've got this easy. I think we just defended really well, and Tottenham had no reply to it, really, did they?
Yeah, the only thing that made me nervous was when Bale, obviously, he was ripping Cresswell a new one, weren't he? He kept trying to get past him. And at that point, I wanted Ben Johnson to come on. I thought we should have went at 5 at the back as soon as Bale come on. What about you? Did that not make you nervous? No?
Honestly, I know why people were saying it. People in the chat were saying it. I watched along as well. But I felt like we were defending pretty calm with 4 anyway. We had 4 at the back. We were defending really well. Like, the chance to bring on 5 makes sense. But I was just like, the only time they scored was when Lucas Moura got a header and he's like the shortest man in the world. Yeah. That was pure luck. So it wasn't a situation where I was like, oh my God, they're going to score, because they were taking all these shots from range, but none of them were, apart from that Bale one, which hit the bar. I mean, I think they had they had very few shots on target.
What do you make of it now, Jake? How excited are you for the rest of the season now?
Get these games back to 2 a week because I'm loving it. I mean, we've gone back to 1 a week. Get it back to 2 a week. Oh, it's insane. I mean, where we are at this stage in the season, it's just what is it? Is it 18, something like that, games to go, something like that, and we're sat in 4th. Yes, dreamland. I don't know what to do with myself. I've been on 4 West Ham channels in the last hour. I don't know what I'm doing.
Mate, get yourself out there, mate. That's how the subscribers go up, mate. You get yourself out there. What about you, Charlie, mate? Are you starting to believe
I'm
top
a little
4
bit.
is there?
A little bit. No, but I don't know. I still don't know. Before this today, I was like, do you know what? If we finish 9th, I'll be happy. That's progression, something to build up of everything. And I said we have a Patreon podcast for Hammers Chat called Two Spanners that I host, Two Spanners, One Hammer. And on that, I said, do you know what? If we get through the next couple of games looking rosy, all of a sudden I'll start to believe, mate, we're there. I'm believing. I don't want to quite start singing it yet, but we're close, is what I'll say.
What would be a disappointment for you then now? And that's to both of you. So I'll start with Charlie first. Go.
I'd still be disappointed if we finished 10th or below. 9th is starting to look disappointing, but I am trying to remember that we've just beaten Tottenham, so I need to calm down just a little bit before I start trying to be. I'd say 10th or below. I'd be very disappointed.
Yeah, I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair point. But yeah, I sort of half agree that 9th is even looking a little bit. Nah. What about you, Jake? What would be a disappointment for you?
I think 8th or 9th would be a disappointment for us because where we are now, I think we go to Man City with hope next week. I'm not expecting us to get anything out of that because they're an absolute machine. But I think 8th or 9th would be a disappointment for us. Not going to Azerbaijan on a Thursday night. I think.
I agree, mate. I agree. Last question to you boys, because I've got to wrap this up because my missus is going to call me any minute. Lingard, Jesse Lingard, for you guys, how important has he been and how fantastic a player is he? We'll go to Jake first. Jesse Lingard, mate.
Oh, well, masterclass against Aston Villa, a bit fatigued against Fulham, and he's come back in these last couple of games. He's been superb. I think especially in the last game, he impressed me even more because of he was our only massive spark going forward on the counter attack against Sheffield United, and he was there at the right time. That was a top class finish that he put in, and I mean, sign him up. 15-20 million in the summer. I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. No-brainer, yeah. What about you, Charlie, mate? Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, it's the one negative I can think of right now is the fact that we might potentially lose him in the summer. Because not having him, he's so good, man. Even today, where he wasn't doing tons up front. I mean, he scored, but he wasn't doing a whole bunch. When we get these opportunities when we're really deep, and he collects the ball just outside our area, and then he has the ability to take it past like 4 players and just go the entire length of the pitch. And it's such a huge benefit to us as a side. My biggest concern is that every time he plays well, my brain goes, oh God, that's another couple of million on the budget. Oh God,
is that just the typical West Ham thing though? Is that just that typical West Ham mentality that we always think, oh, don't play too well because then you're going to be too much money?
Yeah, stop scoring. Stop scoring.
Down a little bit.
I'm fine with 1-0. Just stop. But I will say this is something I just said on the show we just did, but if the team spirit is so good right now and everyone is so together in this togetherness, imagine if you're Jesse Lingard, right? You leave in the summer, you go back to Man United, and there's a couple of clubs in for you. Are you going to go to a team you've never been to or the team you've just been loving life at? Because you look at him at the moment, you're like, that guy is loving his life full force. And I think we have a huge opportunity because of that.
I think the only thing, which is a shame, is that the fans ain't there. Because we would absolutely fall in love with him and, be saying, we want you to stay, we'd be giving it all that. Yeah. I think if he had that as well, I think that would just cement it, absolutely cement that he would stay, I think. I'm just going to put this last comment up because there is a legend in the chat with big old Peachy. What a legend. Peach. Your interview with him the other night was genius, mate. I absolutely
it was class, wasn't it? I love the man.
Right. I'm going to end it there. Please go and subscribe to Hammers Chat. Not that they need us subscribers. They've got maybe 16,000 of them. Yeah. Get them up to 20,000.
Come on, we need them. We need to plead like Oliver Twist. Please. Please, just more.
Go and subscribe to Jake. Absolute legend. The future of West Ham YouTube. And please subscribe to me as well.
Subscribe to Free Hammers. Subscribe.
Please subscribe. Big thank you to Charlie. Big thank you to Jake. Come on, you irons. We're in the top 4. Let's go. Cheers, boys. Take it easy.
Cheers, guys.
See you later.